All the time we have applications, everything, you know, again, from higher ed to a popular thing now is funeral homes. A lot of times people live out of state, they can't make it for a funeral, but they want to be there for the service. So what funeral homes have started doing is they've started doing video of the service, not only to be able to, one, profit some more and
Well, that's exactly what I do. That's part of my job.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So to have, you know, to have the person that has, you know, is paying for the funeral, say, pay $90 for a burned DVD of the service. They can also have the ability to stream it out onto the web so that, you know, loved ones that are, again, out of state or out of country can log on and view the service as it's going on, or view it at a later date if they archive it, that sort of thing. So, you know, there is that option. Again, with anything in video, you know, the options are kind of endless. So
When you do the streaming, though, you lose the interactivity. For example, if you are a teacher and I am a student, if I'm watching you by streaming, I have no input back, do I?
no, streaming, yes. Video conferencing, so streaming, yes, you're correct, but video conferencing, no, because you can have a system set up because there's going to be a codec at each endpoint. And so basically what happens then is you can still have, for example, University of Pennsylvania, huge user of audio automated systems. And they have all different locations, different campuses. And because of budget constraints and stuff like that, they don't necessarily have an instructor at every location. They'll have an instructor
Right.
at the main location, but still hold a class with them doing video conferencing. Well, what happens is they won't have the tracking portion in the classroom, but they'll have that student cam in those off-site campuses, and they'll have like push-to-talk mics or RF buttons, so the students can still interact and do some Q&A just as you are with me right now, but have it come onto them so they can still ask questions and participate in that sort of thing.
But you just said that you wouldn't be able to use the track system then.
No, I'm saying they wouldn't use the tracking system.
Oh, no, they
because
wouldn't.
the
No.
instructor is only at one site.
Sure.
So
Sure.
the main site would be using the tracking system
Yes.
and triggers, and then the off sites would just be using triggers and a front student cam.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.
Excellent. Good question. Thank you. Anyone else? Oh, yes, we have another question.
Hi, I'm Peter from PAS Video Productions, plus I also deal with the New Apostolic Church. And the church now in the States now have been set up sites across the United States for the different time zones, and they got certain congregations that will transmit out, and it's working quite well. Now we're looking at Canada doing the same thing, setting up in Montreal, Kitchener, Calgary, and Vancouver, the same type of system, and then streamlining it. Now I notice the quality of view is quite well, but you're a closed system. Now the streamlining, would the quality be right up to about the same standard, or will be, because sometimes when I watch theirs down there, there's a little blurps in the video and the timing is just a little off the audio. But
Yep. With streaming, there is delay built in with streaming. Basically, you know, you're as good as your back end. So depending on how large your pipe is, and that sort of thing is all going to depend on the quality of video that you're getting that's coming across. I have a lot of house of worship applications where the two things they say to me is, the reason why I want to do video is because, one, I want to be able to do handout ministry, so I want to be able to record the service and then be able to have people take it home with them and give it to friends, and hopefully they start coming to our congregation. And the second thing is they want to be able to stream it. Well, then they say they want high definition video. Here's the thing. 99% of their congregation probably isn't Blu-ray compatible. So if you go ahead and burn those DVDs on Blu-ray, they're not going to be able to view them at home. And two, again, the quality that you're going to get, say, on your displays in the church isn't necessarily going to replicate when it goes out to streaming, because they aren't going to be able to afford the high quality HD bandwidth that's out there. So those are things to think about when doing it. You know, some still go ahead, obviously, with high definition systems, but they end up outputting in standard def for recording and or, you know, to be able to stream online. But yes, with streaming there does still come some downfall of, you know, again, you know, the back end of your system and your bandwidth, how big your pipe is, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know we also do broadcasting where we're up to 6 cameras where we use a TriCaster, which also do streaming. And that's where we go out. And of course, we have Vista down Florida that takes it off the streaming and then sends it to the satellite. And then our church has got all different types of satellite systems across so that they can all see the service. But the other thing is a lot of our congregations are set up with the AMO camera system. Are you able to tap into that, or will we have to change it? The is it AMO or EMO or Elmo? Sorry, Elmo. I was close. They're pretty well what we have in all our congregations. That's what we've been using. Somewhere by the hand remote, and some is with the box like what you have. Are you able to tap into it and be able to take control of it, or will we have to change all the system over to yours?
Okay, so that basically would be a question of the back end for that. Now, as for utilizing Vadio products, we work along with obviously Vadio cameras, Sony, Panasonic, and Canon. Those are our main players that we develop all of our products around. As for Elmo cameras, if it's just a static video shot and you don't want to be able to control it, say, through one of our joysticks, fine, that works. We can send the video through, not a problem. All the time I have, say, like House of Worship projects where they have a few handheld DV camcorders that they just want to still utilize in their system as a static shot. But then they integrate some of our PTZ cams, whether it be Sony or Vadio or Canon, what have you, that they'll use those then for their handheld systems and use their existing ones just as static shots, maybe a crowd shot or something like that. But otherwise, as for integrating it on the back end with the streaming and the codec, that would be more along the lines of a question for Accordant and Polycom.
Okay, another good question. Anyone else? Okay, yeah, these questions, as Jesse mentioned, a lot of them will pertain to the back end as well, so keep them in mind for this afternoon. Jesse, excellent. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate your time this morning.